I sent a ship ahead to they'll relieve us just as soon as they confirm our findings. Everyone, I commend you all for your valiant efforts here. And now, let us celebrate! To banquet!
To drinks! More drinks! All the drinks!
Cheers!
Yeah!
Well, we did it. You know, after we crash-landed here, I started to wonder if I made the right choice. But the new world was all the adventure I wanted and more. Oh, she made it. I'm just gonna say hi. Come on.
May I? If not for you, I might not be alive.
A toast to your health, then.
You have quite the eccentric group here. But all of them talented, unique, driven.
Stitch, no!
You all seem willful, of your own mind. But when the time comes, you join together and become a force to be reckoned with. I suspect there is no trial you could not collectively overcome. A monster that's been incubating in bioenergy. Lurking so close, yet hiding so well. Perhaps it was what first drew the aging elders here, to satisfy its cravings for energy.
Could be right. Maybe it used some sort of pheromone or something. Eventually, the land became rich with nutrients. The perfect home for tough monsters. The energy smorgasbord must be why the elders inhabit the recess. Huh, you know. We're lucky you stopped that thing. Would have been a disaster if it left its nest. Well then, 3 cheers for you.
For 3 Elder Dragons. And more.
No. I think you should keep it.
Listen up, everyone. We've received word from the Guild. The Guild commends you for your dedicated research of the Elder Crossing. In light of your findings, we have confirmed the monster as a new species of Elder Dragon. An official name has been chosen. Xeno'jiiva. This concludes your duties with the Research Commission. We thank you again for your service. You are free to return home at your discretion.
Yeah.
However, the Commission's presence in the New World still has potential to be of great benefit to the Guild. We would ask you to continue your work there, if you are so willing. There you have it. If we decide to stay and take on new research, there are bound to be trials ahead. Dangers. You don't want that, do you?
What are you talking about? Of course that's what we want.
Where's my Dragonator?
Yeah, we want it.
All right. Commission, welcome to your new home.
I better pack on some weight. This is gonna be hard work.
And there you have it. The full story of Monster Hunter World. Long and arduous. But it is complete. At least until the new Elder Dragons come out. I know of one swimming over there right now. So, tell me, what do you guys think of the game? I want to hear from all opinions, whether you're fans of the game, whether you've never played it, whether you don't like it. I want to hear what you think. Because me personally, I love the Monster Hunter series. I think it's a great series. It's standalone in its own way. A lot of people try to compare it with Dark Souls when really it has its own unique features. Yes, some of the mechanics are similar. It is a hack and slash that is very reliant on dodging mechanics and a pretty big learning curve. But, like I said, it has its own mechanics about it. The fact that you have to craft your own items, the weapons that you make are not from ones you find. You have to create the weapons from things you've hunted. And the various things, tracking your prey. Sometimes even reversing the role. You going from predator to prey yourself. Because, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but during that last fight, there were times where I had the upper hand and I was going to town on it. And there were times where I had to fall back and regroup, and pretty much play defense the whole time. And that's simply because my armor was as high as it could go. If my armor was higher up and my defense was better, then yes, I probably could have gone a little more in and did a bit more to it. Or maybe if I had a different set, I would have been a bit more aggressive, like possibly a Nergigante set. Because I know his set, you have to be aggressive. Because his defense is all reliant on his offense. The more you attack, the more health you get back. Whenever you piss a monster off, you become stronger as well. Things of that nature. So his set is all about aggression and pushing the monster as much as you can. Oh, extra scene? No. Extra credits. But, like I said, I've been a fan of the series for quite a while. I started playing with Monster Hunter Tri, that was my first one. I never got a chance to play any of the ones before that, any of the ones that were on the PlayStation, or any of the PSP games or anything like that. I've pretty much been Nintendo only until now, just because I didn't want to spend the money to go out and get a PS2, just to get a Japanese version of Monster Hunter on it. That's part of the reason why I haven't gotten it on Switch yet, is because I'm still hoping for a localization of Double Cross. Even though there's a very good chance it won't happen, it really does kind of depend on this, which this seems to be selling like crazy. This seems to be doing very well. So, hopefully that's going to influence them and say, okay, we want to put a localization out for the Switch version of Double Cross. We want to get this out to the world. Just because World did so well. Now, Double Cross is different. There's different mechanics to it. World is kind of breaking the mold of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Double Cross is going to be more the classic style. The classic style doesn't have the scout flies. It's all reliant on just basically looking everywhere you can, searching different areas for the monster until you find it. And once you find it, you gotta mark it with paintballs that basically shows it on your map. So it's a little more for veterans. The learning curve is a bit steeper on it, just because Monster Hunter World was designed to bring in the new crowd. Yeah, sure, it's got certain things there for the veterans, but a lot of the stuff there was for newcomers to the series. That kind of made it a little more quality of life for the veterans. But for those people entering the series, they're gonna play the other games and go, where's this? Where's that? Where's my scout flies? Where's my where some of my skills are on this weapon. You know, where are some of these extra elements I had? What are these new elements I didn't have in the other game in the world? So, I mean, every game is kind of different. They've done their best to try and give you as much variety as possible with every new release. Monster Hunter Tri was still very, very bare bones, very classic Monster Hunter style. Monster Hunter 4 brought in a new monster and a new mechanic with the Frenzy Virus. So that was something that did. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate brought in a new element with the Blast element. Because before that, the Blast element didn't exist. But when they did 3 Ultimate, they brought in a new monster that had the Blast element. And it was the only monster that had it. But as they've released more and more, they've added that element to some other monsters like Teostra. It didn't used to have Blast element. It was strictly fire at one point. But with 3U releasing, they switched Teostra to fire and blast. So, I mean, every game they try and make it different in some way, shape, or form by adding new elements or new monsters or new mechanics. So, I mean, every game is different, and it really does take a fan to appreciate what they try and do. Because if you're not a fan of the series, you're not gonna see it as any different. It's still gonna be the same game to you. But if you like World, go out, grab a 3DS, grab Monster Hunter 4U, grab Monster Hunter Generations, you know, grab Monster Hunter 3U, just because, I mean, they're all on it, and they all play similar, but different. So, I mean, if you like World, I'm sure you're gonna like the other games. And the more support you show for Monster Hunter here in the States, the more likely it is they're gonna release more games. Because they do have that style of, they'll release a game here, or they'll release a game worldwide, then they'll release a game strictly in Japan, then they'll release one worldwide, then strictly in Japan. They kind of switch off. But usually the ones we get here are kind of the complete editions of the ones they release in Japan. Except for Generations, which that one is, they release Generations worldwide, which in Japan it's Monster Hunter Cross. But then after that they released Double Cross, which is Japan only. So they kind of went the other route on that one. They've flipped it around on us. But I think we're getting near the end of the credits here. So that was the last monster of the game, at least until the DLC comes out. I'm definitely going to check out and see what I can make off of his materials. Check out the armor, check out the weapons. Extra scene? It's loading. But it could just be taking me back to the hub. Taking a while to load too. Alright, continuing offline mode.
Hey! How's it going?
There she is.
Look who's here. I knew it was only a matter of time. You ready to shake things up? The new world awaits. Let's get hunting.
Yes. Oh, Hunter rank cap has been removed from 15 to 29. Previously unknown materials have been classified as Xenojiva. The Streamstone shard you received from the Seeker has been sent to your box. The cutscene has been added to the gallery. Trophy earned, the Sapphire Star. Harvest box is full. All sorts of notifications everywhere. Alright, let's go check out the harvest box. Oh wait, she's got something for me.
Oh,
Oh hey there, well this is quite a find. Do you know what it is? It's called a streamstone. Streamstone. But, oh this is incredible, simply fascinating. I sense an indescribable power inside it. I might be able to use it in my melding. If you're feeling a little brave, why don't you try tossing it into the pot with one of your decorations? Just keep in mind that I don't have the faintest idea what kind of decoration will pop out in the end, so don't be disappointed. Ah, the Wyverian ritual. Attack Jewel takes 64 points. Holy shit. Wind Resist Jewel. Improve. So now we get to see what Streamstone's for. Mysterious Face Stone, Glowing Face Stone, Worn Face Stone. Okay. So we'll wait on that. And collect harvest. Anyways, what I was going to say is, that's not all to the game. There is always going to be more. And by more, I mean the next set of monsters that you have to hunt. Now, they don't have G rank in this one. G rank was the next step up from high rank. It usually came after the final boss monster, like Xeno. Let's check out his shit. Physiology. He's weak to all the elements. Very weak to poison. Didn't expect him to be weak to all the elements. I could use a Halberian Blade. But there, while I was on an investigation at one point, I did get a set of tracks, unknown tracks, that are registering as Elder Dragon, but they were for a Palumo, which was very odd. I don't think it's going to have any effect in the book. Yeah, it's not going to do anything with the book. But that is what I'm talking about. There's more out there that you can do, that you can hunt. And if they release G rank, that's even more you can do, because they're going to release new armors with G rank. G rank monsters give new G rank armor, and it's going to look different compared to what you have. Okay, let's see what Xeno's armor looks like. See, this is what I've been seeing all over online services. This long, flowing armor. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it's magnificent. Flowing everywhere. What about beta version? Not as flowy, but still pretty damn cool. Okay, so flinch free, prevents knockbacks and other reactions to small damage. Nice. Special ammo boost. Xeno Divinity. Halves sharpness loss for bows and bowgun shots have a chance not to expend coatings or ammo. That's really fucking good. Power prolonger allows long swords, dual blades,